Okay, so I finally managed to do it. Took a while. The only missing piece was Rain Slasher. I forgot it gave elemental mastery. Yeah, and I was only using artifacts as my only source of elemental mastery. Yeah, I'll be explaining throughout all four waves. I actually got unlucky, but I performed well enough to overcome my odds, especially in the fourth stage. I just let most of them pass because I could afford to. I performed really well in the third stage. Okay, so stage one and two, obviously, they're quite easy. Uh, uh, the normal attacks in Chongyun's field have an internal cooldown of about 2 or 3 seconds. So if I need to cast another cryo, I'm gonna have to swap to Kaya, and vice versa. And the same thing goes other way as well. If Kaya casts, I can't. Well, Kaya has a cooldown, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I can't just keep proccing cryo again and again in the field. There is an internal cooldown, so keep that in mind. So I'm juggling with Barbara as the Hydra applier and my two cryo units, so I can I'm not bogged down by the internal cooldowns of the cryo in Chongyun. Chongyun's he obviously you can't use alt, so we are very limited here. Ignore the doll there. I'm more used to Kaya in the fourth slot, so I fat fingered in. I thought I was going into Kaya and casting cryo there. But yeah, believe it or not, Baron Bunny came in handy. Not the sniper, not the actual bow, but the Baron Bunny. Yeah, here we have Wooden Shield, which is unfortunate. Um, the only way I'll be damaging the enemies is through Shatter. I'm gonna have to shatter their shields first, then the actual units. And the shields are quite tanky. See, that was unfortunate. The Hydro elemental gauge ran out by the time I applied the cryo. This happens quite a lot. If you encounter similar situations in everyday gameplay, that's also why the previous gauge ends, and by the time you apply the new the detonating reaction, previous one has run out. So enemies won't freeze, or you won't get your desired reaction. So yeah, you have to be really diligent about your freeze. I'm constantly alternating between the three characters, Kaya, Chongyun, and Barbara. Uh, it provides some crazy crowd control, and when possible, I'm shattering as much as I can, since it's pretty much my only source of damage. I could launch enemies. Uh, they can also take fall damage. So those are three sources of damage, or three sources of eliminating enemies. But I'm trying to do this as free to play friendly as possible. No whale gene. It's not like you can well your way out of most of these, anyways. Maybe Amber Doll or something. Those kind of utility, high constellation stuff. But it's fine. I think Chongyun C2. This is a C0 Chongyun. I think C2 has an advantage here. C2 Chongyun. But this is a proof you can do it at C0. See, I'm not too worried about the ad there because I can shatter. Unfortunately, the gauge ran out, so that cost me some time. I caught him up. Yeah, I'm more concerned about the shield guys. So, Baron Bunny does damage, but obviously it takes like 12 seconds or something. So I'm crowd controlling him It's not 12 seconds. It's probably less, but yeah, I'm crowd controlling him as best as I can. You can see the constant freeze on just this one shield. It's taking forever. Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't know, um, for freeze, if you apply cryo and then hydro, it's like 3.2 seconds or something. If you do it the other way around, it's only like 2.7. It doesn't matter too much here. Just good to know. Just good to form that habit. If possible, apply the cryo first. Although chances are, in practice, they're probably more. It's easier to apply hydro than cryo, especially um, consistent hydro than cryo. See, the shield is taking damage, even for the little guys. The shield is taking damage first before the actual unit gets damaged. If you're wondering if Mona is good for this, she is, but she doesn't have that kind of presence from off field as Barbara's E. Mona can obviously dash into things and apply hydro. That is quite good, but you are wasting precious time you could be using to apply cryo instead, or shattering, or doing some kind of crowd control. Yeah, I've tried Mona. I have Mona. I've tried her. She's okay for this challenge, but I found Barbara to be the superior one. Okay, now Geo can be frozen, so I was fortunate here to not get screwed. The shield will unfortunately be a problem. But again, this was I impressed myself here. I played quite well. Crazy stall, especially in the end. I made very few mistakes, and I was really on point with all my freezes, I guess. So I'm trying to space out my skills as much as possible. Kaya's skill, Chongyun's field. I don't want to cast Chongyun's field willy nilly. There's a Baron Bunny. It will detonate behind him, I think. The guy in the back, yeah, he got hit, but it didn't. Yeah, it takes too long. So tanky, right? I am desperately trying to hold them in. Hold as many of them as I can. Most of it is just stalling for Barbara's E to come off cooldown, which is so valuable in this challenge. And now it's just easy pickings with their shields gone. Yeah, I took too long there, but it's okay. Here comes the little assholes. Got him, fortunately. Yep, got that one too. I think the Geo one will escape, yeah. It happens, whatever. If I didn't make the mistake, probably the Geo one, the Geo slime that got away, probably could have been frozen. It's not easy, juggling the gauges. Here we go, Barbara. Skill is on cooldown, off cooldown. desperately trying to stop him, but that one's it's a lost cause. But I'm trying, unfortunately. Yeah, too many leaks, but I held. I was happy with how much I was able to hold. Unfortunately, it was just enough. It was good enough. I'm just focusing on the remaining ones. It's a damn shame I let so many slide, but with a challenge this hard, it's just natural. As you can see, after those leaks, my performance was quite good. Um, yeah, I improved at CCing them more thoroughly, and I didn't let any more pass. I had room to let 15 of them go. See, I got fucked here. Cryo, cryo sounds. They were so bad. Same for the rune guards. It's not just a stun, by the way. Any CC is, they have like diminishing CC, crowd control duration, after subsequent ones. So the first cryo is going to be a couple of seconds, I mean the freeze. Then after that, they're barely going to be slowed down or stopping. Like the debuff duration reduces significantly with subsequent debuffs. I just let him pass. I give up after seeing how little damage it was doing. Yeah, it's a lost cause. Just not enough damage with chatter, and I can't break the. I can't do much with the big slimes. hmm I noticed that I had due to my good performance in the third round, I had a lot of leeway. So I was just messing around. So my idea was if I could throw enough of the little slimes, I would be successful. So here, so just ignoring the big ones and throwing the little ones. Imagine if Baronberry blew up when he wanted. Even if I break the shield, it doesn't help me much. I can't freeze it, so I can't shatter, and I definitely don't have the strength to push it, strength or time to push it. Takes way too long to break his shield. I mean, I could have been aiming with Amber, I guess. And I believe this is the last one. I could have let it pass as well. You're allowed to get 20 out of 20 leaks. So, yeah. Now I'll be showing my gear. It's about 700 elemental mastery. So, Shatter does about 221% more.